Well, ladies and gentlemen, Jesse James is in studio with us. Great guy, obviously a pure Americana, whether it's motorcycles or firearms manufacturing, he does it all. And I was trying to Google this the other day when he said he'd come on a few days ago. Do I say the king of reality TV, which people can blame him for that, but I wouldn't. I mean, he started it all. I mean, actual real people on TV. It's kind of gone south, but so what? That's why I got out of it. Or is he the biggest reality TV person ever? So I Googled, who is the biggest reality TV person ever? And they said Donald Trump or Jesse James. So there's really, I guess, no mistake then why they're personal friends. And he stayed at the Trump's house and been an early booster. In fact, I remember it was like 3 years ago, Jesse James was talking about Trump for president. Let's do a wide shot over here so people can see Jesse. So I'm not trying to kiss your ass here, but it really is true that you have been the first person I heard pushing Donald Trump for president in the modern era. I mean, Roger Stone did it 30 years ago, 20 years ago.
I guess so. Yeah, I was the first one to like kind of stick my neck out there for him and like go all in. Like, hey, this guy could be president and do a great job. And I think people, wow, we got a lot of people were kind of on board, but I think a lot of people also. I think it was Trump's own fault because he always kind of ran for president as like a goof. You know, he'd run. He'd announce his presidency for a couple months and then he'd pull out, you know, and you know, just as like I think more of a publicity stunt than anything else.
I think he was preparing them so they wouldn't take it serious when he actually did it.
And I think when he actually did it for real, and then the big sign was when NBC fired him, and he, you know, and he sent this letter pretty scathing to NBC, and that's when, sorry, that's when I called him up and I said, hey man,
how dare you cough?
I'm sorry.
I'm joking. Dude, there's no teleprompters. We cough, whatever on air.
Okay.
We can just throw stuff if we want.
Yeah.
And it's teleprompter free. You can punch me in the arm. You want? Go ahead. Big guy. Anyways, keep going. Sorry.
And what were we talking about?
You were just talking about when they fired him from NBC.
Yeah.
Jesse James in the house.
I think it like I reached out to him and I really respected that, like, hey, he has a multi-million-dollar paying job as, you know, one of the biggest reality television shows, The Apprentice, and he chose to like give them the finger and say, hey, you know what, I really care about this country, and if you guys are gonna fire me purely for political reasons, then you can stick it. And I like that day I reached out to him and told him, I said, hey man, you have my support 100%, like to lay it all on the line and sacrifice, you know, money for what's in your heart, that'll always get.
And then you tweeted in Facebook, because I remember seeing it in the news, Jesse James wants Donald Trump to run.
Yeah. And
that's got to feel good now because 50 days in, best jobs numbers since 1984, almost 300,000 new jobs. We're talking about hundreds of major companies moving back. We're talking about Ford. We're talking about Chrysler. We're talking about stuff that isn't even U.S. companies coming back. We're talking about Samsung. We're talking about ExxonMobil. We're talking about SoftBank. We're talking about Mitsubishi. I mean, America is open for business, and people want a piece of this.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I've been saying it ever since the first time I went to Iraq when Bush Jr. was president. You know, I seeing the troops and spending time with people in harm's way, it kind of told me, it's like, wow, this country, you know, I grew up as a kid in the Reagan era, and, you know, say what you will, a lot of people hate Reagan, a lot of people, more people love him, but he was a patriot. And
well, idiots hate Reagan. Yeah. He was out to help the country and out to help the average person.
And he was a patriot and believed in patriotism, and like the symbol of that flag and everything that it represented meant something to him. And I always felt, you know, for the last decade that we need someone that's a patriot. We need someone that really loves this country. And I think that's, you know, you look at 8 years with Obama and, you know, I don't really feel strongly that he has a super strong love for his country. I feel like he has a ulterior motive of trying to make himself into like the American Nelson Mandela.
Well, sure, exactly. He wants to be the guy that conquered America.
You know, he's not for the working class or for the little guy or he's a Harvard guy, you know, and he's not for, you know, the guy that's a diesel mechanic or doing brake jobs or the guy that's, you know, a pipe fitter or a welder.
Well, you've known Trump. That's you guys joking around. It's not devil worship, folks. It's a joke. It means rock and roll. You've known Trump forever and stayed at his house, friends of the family. You really know his wife well. I mean, just talk about, for people, before we get into what's happening in the economy and why you're here today, and a lot of the troops are saying they're going to speak out and support Trump. He's not in trouble. In fact, his poll numbers are up. Great things are happening, but they're so organized against him. They're all over major newspapers saying kill him, which is illegal. I mean, there's just so much hate. The SJWs are beating people up. They tasered and attacked people all over the country at Trump rallies this week. They attacked our reporters. They are these little entitled punks. We just got documents that we published yesterday that it turns out George Soros is specifically funding him and bailing him out of jail. YouTube's trying to block our investigation where we actually show who bailed him out. I mean, this is really an attempt to bully us. And look, we're the patriots. We're the folks that are into God, guts, and guns. And I just love all these chicken necks thinking they're going to intimidate us. So this isn't, oh, let's get Jesse James and SEAL Team 6 guys and special ops guys in here to say they're for Trump. It's about saying, look, we are restoring the republic, Americans of every race, color, and creed together. But if you want to fight, man, you're going down a crazy road. What do you make of all this coming out? Just how nasty they are.
Oh, I mean, it's the media and all that stuff. I mean, I kind of know the bad side of all that more than anybody else because I lived through a pretty horrible media shitstorm. And I think,
and you never talk about that, but you've told me about it. And I talk to people that don't even.
It doesn't mean anything. You know, Soros and all these protesters and the women marchers and all that stuff is just media. You know, all it is, it's really just business. It's about money, whether Soros is paying for it or people or tabloids or the left media or any of those things. They're all doing it for money, and they're all doing it for, you know, for selfish reasons, you know, that, you know, if you think back to like, you know, 15 or 20 years ago when Trump had like epic fights with like Roseanne Barr and all this stuff, Roseanne Barr and a lot of those people attacked Trump and picked fights at them purely to get media.
Exactly. And then they always started the fight.
It was always totally self-serving. Now, MSNBC, CNN, you know, Meryl Streep, all these people, if they can like say, oh, Trump, you know, Trump raped a baby. If they can come out and say that, and then they get this little spike in media, it like puffs them up. Oh yeah, I did a thing.
Exactly. But now this
that
isn't
stuff doesn't make any difference to the average Joe, the average dude that's got to work 10 hours a day and like punch a clock and do a good job. It's irrelevant. And all those people got caught up in those little self-serving media spikes and got behind Hillary thinking, oh my God, we can really do this. Look, we're all famous and we're so much more famous than Trump and all he is a reality star. They don't realize that the lion's share of this country is bread and butter, people that go and work and try to take care of their kids and try to send them to good schools and try to maybe get them into college or get them a good job. That's what the majority of this country does. And you can't turn your back on those people. And that's what the media and all these celebrities and Beyonce and Jay-Z and Hillary and all that, that's what they all did. They jumped on.
Exactly. But 20 years ago, 10 years ago, they could still make a big lie up and push it for a while. But now when they demonize you, it's like the Midas touch of gold. I mean, and they still don't understand when they demonize Trump or myself or others, it only makes us bigger, like Matt Drudge. I mean, they're so disconnected. So looking at this atmosphere, you know, as a guy that's got street smarts, I mean, how would you describe the atmosphere
media,
of the time
media,
we're in?
The media and the current stage of the internet is a false sense of reality. 100%.
So it's beyond fake news.
Okay, look.
It's a false reality.
Yeah. 20 years ago.
MSM is a false reality.
20 years ago, if I hated Alex Jones, I had to take a piece of paper, I had to break out a pen or a pencil, write it down, I had to fold it up, lick a stamp, put it in an envelope, send it to Alex Jones's office, wait 2 weeks, maybe I would get a response, maybe not. If he didn't respond and I was still super pissed, I had to write it down, fold it, lick it again, and send it and do that all over again. Now, with Twitter, if I hate Alex Jones, I can pick up my phone and go, fuck that motherfucker. Blah, 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 blah. And all my 38 followers are look at that and go, ha, yeah, you did a thing to him. And then they'll retweet it, and then maybe 2,000 people will see it. And I get this little burst of fame. Yeah, I told Alex Jones to kiss my ass. Yeah, you sure did. And it's it's meaningless. It's like a trunk full of ping pong balls is what it is. It doesn't do anything to help your car. It doesn't do anything to make it worse. It's like chewing gum for the eyes.
We're going to skip this break. It's like thin air. It really is. That's a great way of saying it.
But on the other side of it, when you base a whole, Trump did it right. He went face to face and went to every little tiny town, every little state fair, every little group where nobody goes. They had this whole agenda. Oh, you got to go here.
And he actually brings random people up on stage.
Face to face and met people and like, look, man, thank you. Thank you for your support. Hillary did it the other way.
So let's get back to Trump. Let's talk about behind the scenes, the type of guy Trump is, and just why you knew he should run for president. Ronald Reagan met him and never did this and wrote a letter back saying, I felt like I met the president, not the other way around. And there's people that have known him 30 plus years and they knew. Roy Cohn, the big anti-communist, said this guy's going to be president.
Hey, well, I mean, TV, when I first met him, I thought I probably had a predetermined notion that, he's probably a dickhead like Richie Rich or something like that. And that flipped around, and it wasn't so much the way he treated me and the way he talked to me. It was the way he talked to the people that worked for him, like the guy that's sweeping the floor or the elevator guy or the receptionist or anything. He treated everybody on the same level. And you can tell a lot about an employer or a person is how they treat the little guy. There's people that have money that treat the little guy like,
exactly. I know people that have known Trump for 50 years and
can anybody
they say he is the blue collar billionaire.
Yeah. Can anybody look at Hillary and think she really, really cares about women?
She doesn't let people, she doesn't let servers at these events look her in the eye. The rule is don't look her in the eye. I mean, what the hell?
And it's like, I think my opinion's valid because I've made enough money to not work anymore, but I'm supposed to be working and I don't
employing people.
Yeah. And I pay all of them and pay all their taxes. And I don't ever want to step outside of that. I tried to for a little while. I tried to be this big Hollywood guy and I was miserable.
And those fake people burned you.
And it blew up in my face. And now I'm right back where I belong, working at my shop, working on my wife's race car. And that's
your wife's here. She's awesome.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of spark in those eyes. Shifting gears then into the economy, I don't want to just sit here and glow at somebody, but I go with the facts. And I looked at how bad Bush was, how horrible Obama was 10 times, and then Trump. I read the news. I track the bills. I know what he's actually doing. And let me tell you, it took Reagan 3 years to turn the economy around. Trump in 50 days, I just got chills, has done it so much better. The expert way, over 1,000 companies, some small, some big, some huge, are coming back. Trillions of investment, $3 trillion in the stock market, more than it's added in the last 6-7 years. It's so epic. And then he's battling all these lying scumbags that are just betting on the economy to go down, even though it's helping them and their family, so they can beat Trump, all because he loves the country and actually loves the average worker and is really, truly $25 billion last week to black colleges. Obama did $4 billion and diverted $10 billion of it to other programs. No news coverage. No news coverage. I mean, and there's hundreds.
It's a business. The positive news doesn't sell. But talking about all this other stuff that's not true, that gets page hits on websites. That gets viewership.
Yeah, exactly. I put a video out about $25 billion to black colleges. No one cares. Why?
It doesn't sell. This is a business. The mainstream media is a business. It's there to make money. So if CNN can fill their whole programming schedule with 90% anti-Trump stuff, then the advertisers and people that lean to that left, they can come and advertise there.
No, that's it.
People will watch it, and it's money. If nobody watched that stuff and nobody cared, and people didn't it's like when we drive past a car accident, your foot automatically comes off the gas pedal because you're like, oh man, look, that's really messed up. You don't.
So they just keep creating car accidents.
So the more sensational thing they say, it doesn't mean it's true. It doesn't mean it holds any water. It's just a business.
Well, let's expand on that.
I think it's like it took me a couple years of people saying I'm a Nazi and saying I'm the devil and saying I'm this whole horrible person. I had to look at it forever. I had to walk by in the supermarket aisle and see every single tabloid have a picture of me on the cover saying the most horrible stuff. And I had to walk by with my kids and kind of put my head down and I think you have to find some kind of inner strength to like be a dad and be a good parent and walk past all that stuff with your kids and keep their eyes looking forward and not take it personal.
Well, let me say this. You know, probably more Hollywood folks than I do, but I know some of the big ones. And I remember back when it happened, they said, oh, I know the manager. That's all a publicity stunt. It's all pure bull, this, and that. It all came out later, but you never even attacked back. We're going to say any names. It was literally all made up for a stunt for a movie promotion, totally made up crap. And then as I got more sophisticated knowing how the media works, exactly what you're saying, they just... But it's beyond that. The Hollywood's collapsing. The MSM's collapsing. Used to it got the audience. It still does to a certain extent, Jesse James, but people are leaving that more and more, and they just want honest news. Some of it's negative, some of it's positive. I just try to actually straight shoot people. It's
like trunk full of ping pong balls, man. None of that stuff goes in my shop and flips my welder on and starts welding for me ever. So it's meaningless.
It's vapor.
Yep.
All right, so let's...
And I think that, you know, it's on a small scale on what happens today, but I look at all the stuff that happens now, and it's so blatantly obvious to me how it's just for money. You know, I think once you twist your mind around to realize, like, oh, that's
exactly. And then once you get,
we have sell magazines and page views,
sure,
and clicks.
But what I'm saying is, once you get that Trump, after all this, knows how it works, is literally trying to transfer the wealth we produce back to us, not a wealth transfer. He's actually trying with classical stuff to
some of the Secret Service guys. You know what? He's a worker. He's a hard worker, and that's what if I'm working and paying taxes and I'm paying a president, I want that.
Well, go ahead and tell us what your sources say. He works 18 hours a day.
Obama got in about 10 a.m. every day and left before 6 p.m. The guys say that he's there at 6 a.m. every day since Inauguration Day and doesn't leave until 10:30, 11 at night. And that's going to be the difference.
And then you know what he does after that?
Your head down and hard work, that's going to change things.
You know what he does after 10:30? Sure, you talk to him more than I do. He goes, punches up his own computer, reads news, watches clips, and calls people like me.
Yeah.
Till 2 in the morning. I mean, that's like Superman.
That's what it's about. You know, I don't think people, I did a interview yesterday with the really nice girl from the Daily Mail in England, and they've always been a really, really fair newspaper. Yeah,
they're good.
Yeah, and I compared Trump to Margaret Thatcher because Margaret Thatcher in England, there's a lot of people think she was a witch, but you know what? That lady got shit done. And
she turned their economy around
and didn't take crap from anybody. That's what I want. That if I'm going to hire a manager for a country, I don't want some clown that's going to play saxophone on the Arsenio Hall show. I want someone that's going to work and someone that has the skills to get something done.
We hear about these guys that play video games for 2-3 days and die. It happened in the U.S. just last week. It happens in South Korea all the time. And video games are okay. I'm not bashing if you play video games. The point is, don't play them for a day straight and have a heart attack. Trump is like playing a video game in the real world. You know, for 18 hours a day. He loves it. He gets off on it, and he really wants to turn America around and deliver massive wealth to the people, and that's why the elites are so pissed.
Yeah. I went down to West Palm Beach a couple weeks ago and hung out with Kid Rock, and I flew into West Palm, and he was down there with Trump was there with the ambassador of Japan, and like flew in, and it was like really cool moment. Saw the Air Force One sitting there, and then 2 super badass Japanese 747s. And like, I was watching it as I was waiting for my bags. I was watching it they had it on the local news, him like playing golf with the ambassador of Japan. And I guess it's the first time an ambassador is like ever like, you know, did something like that, because Japanese culture, they're pretty restrained and pretty, you know, real strict.
Buttoned up.
Yeah, buttoned up. And it was like, wow. Isn't it kind of cool that we have a president that's like kind of a badass and has his own spot that he could take people to that he owns and wine and dine them?
Exactly.
You know
this is not a Trump.
He probably got them to agree to pay us more money to defend them and all that.
They just ordered more bomber. They just ordered more fighter aircraft.
That's how it's done. You know, and it's awesome. And like, it's about having the juice to do stuff like that, because Obama doesn't have any.
Oh, he was so fake. He wouldn't charm anybody because he was too good to ever charm anybody. Well, they admit that Trump is up almost every night now till midnight, bowling with members of Congress and all to get his agenda through.
I think we should make it a point to not talk about Obama or Hillary anymore.
That's right, because they are the
Let's
past.
move on. You know, these other guys, the sore losers, they're stuck in neutral and still, you know, crybabies because they didn't lose.
And
You
we're
know
like
what?
your wife, 300 miles an hour, blasting down the
Yeah,
highway.
they were we passed them like Alexis. Pew.
Jesse James in studio. Jesse James is our guest in studio for about another 35 minutes or so. And then we've got Roger Stone, former head of the Trump campaign, coming on. They've admitted no Russian connections. They have the House Intelligence Committee. All of them come back out again. It's just all made up. But there was one communication he had with a hacker, Guccifer. We've talked to Guccifer. 2.0, they're claiming that's a Russian connection. So he's going to publish here in the next hour the exclusive communication he had with Guccifer. They're claiming is this thing that Trump's this Russian. And since that came up, Jesse James is such a character. He never talks about his successes. Billions of dollars sold just in Walmart alone of his accessories, T-shirts, you name it.
I'm a multi-thousandaire.
Multi-thousandaire. And
Or multi-million.
seriously, I Googled it for this. I wanted to know, who is the top reality TV star? Because they say it's either you or Donald Trump. Who is it?
I don't know.
I guess he's the president now, so that's a reality star. So he is the biggest.
I was on a call with Discovery Channel last week, and they told me, like, you're the godfather of reality TV. And I was like, oh, man, that makes me feel so old.
Yeah, but that was real reality TV early on. Then it turned into
I
this.
started it. I mean, the whole pattern of TV, even like The Apprentice, was basically the pattern that I did on Monster Garage. And when that show started in like 2000, you know, it was unheard of. They just put it out on 20 episodes on Netflix, and it's like it's pretty good because a lot of people I don't think have seen it. You know, Discovery hasn't really released that stuff, and it's on Netflix, and like all these people are like, oh my God, you made a milk truck into a cow milker. And you know, it's like a whole, it's pretty cool.
What's the one years later where you're like jumping over sand dunes and have like a minigun shooting?
Oh, I shot up a car with a minigun out at my good friend Mike's Dillon.
What was the name of that show about like you're gonna get killed? What was it? I can't remember.
Oh, Jesse James is Dead Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's crazy because now with the internet, I've been really asking Trump the few times I talked to him, but he's got to do a fireside chat like Roosevelt did at least once or twice a week.
You know what?
Imagine if he sat there in a studio and did his own show.
I think there's so much hate being manifested online mostly, and I think by the internet, where there's clearly two sides and everybody's at each other's throats. And I think they need to realize, like, you know, hey, we're in town in Austin, Texas right now, and it's South by Southwest, and it's like, you know, something that you and I would never be part of just because we don't fit that mold. I think because
it's totally fake.
You know, yeah,
I'm not trying to be mean.
But, you know, I think
it's a bunch of trendies getting scammed trying to become famous.
Well, I think the thing that people need to realize, like, there is no right or left or liberal, or everybody has to come together as Americans. And it's like, instead of, you know, people are complainers. Let's just complain. I'm going to complain that Trump won, and I'm going to complain that I think Russia did it because there's no possible way that he could be successful enough to win on his own. It had to be some kind of scam or trick.
Well, let's raise that since...
No, but I'm going to complain about it. So I think instead of complaining, go do something about it. You know, like that circle around you of people that you can help, like homeless people, or go to, you know, help disadvantaged
Exactly.
kids.
Don't blame Trump for why you claim the world has all these problems.
That's my biggest question. Instead of complaining, Trump doesn't support women, or Trump does this, or
all lies,
or everybody did that. And, you know, what do you do? You know, what do you do? And like someone I made a comment and got a bunch of crap about it, about the Women's March, that I said, hey, wouldn't it be great if all these women that marching, if they channeled their energy and put that kind of energy and manpower to helping the homeless and vets in this country? And someone said, like, you know, whoa, what have you done for the homeless? Like a bunch of people said. And
they didn't know all the stuff you've done.
I'm like, well, you know, I founded the biggest homeless shelter in the city of Long Beach in like 2002 and put over 3,000 people in permanent housing. And when I left Long Beach, I gave my 50,000 square foot building and it's the Long Beach Rescue Mission now. And it like, you go back and all the people that asked what I did, they all deleted their tweets. Like,
oh, that's like this Canadian comedian on national TV. A guy's had brain surgery. You can see it. She goes, oh, look, a Nazi. It's a white guy with a shaved head. It's like just throwing these names around. In fact, right here, George Soros is an admitted Nazi collaborator. George Soros literally funds all these groups, the groups that say kill cops, you name it. Day Without a Woman supporters for one march, $246 million from his own group. He's got a bunch of other front groups.
we need to get that guy to pay us for something. What can we do?
What the hell's his problem? Why is a Nazi collaborator walking around?
Show. Like, I don't really like that guy, but I'll take his cash.
What the hell? Exactly, like a bunch of women running around with pink hats.
We need to come up with a cause. What is our cause going to be?
But you're right. Why should you get women together to say men are the problem and we love George Soros? It's just total division. But listen, you raise Russia. Let me show you this. Roger Stone made a huge deal of this at the inauguration. They came out and they said, Roger Stone, Manafort.
Ulcer.
They said, look at this. New York Times, January 20th, the inauguration day. We cover this on air. They say wiretap data used to an inquiry on Trump. They claim they had wiretaps of Trump and everybody with the Russians. Turns out they didn't have this. The House Intelligence Committee 2 weeks ago says none of it's there. The Democrats flip and they say Trump offering no evidence says Obama tapped his phones. So here they are saying they were tapped. We can put this up behind us too if you want, but for radio listeners, I mean, again, it's
so what's your point? I think arguing these little small points, it doesn't mean anything. I think Trump's doing exactly what he's supposed to do.
But they did wiretapping.
Yeah, but listen to you. You're all...
But they're lying scum.
So they're always going to be lying scum. That's just the way politics are.
Well, I'm not putting out articles trying to lie.
I know, but you're missing my point. It's like, that's what these people do. Politicians is what they do. They're all like, they'll shake your hand and smile and take a picture. Oh, yeah, this is the greatest guy. And as soon as you leave, they'll grab a TV camera.
But Jesse,
like,
I get it.
That's just the way.
But the reason MSM is falling apart is we are exposing them.
Those people,
fake media. What Trump's,
those people don't work for a living.
No, I get it.
What they do.
But what do you make of Trump?
Have better conversation going down to the Jiffy Lube and talking to the guys that.
No, I agree with you, but the mainstream media is starting to die, and I want to see them go ahead and kill themselves. What I'm saying is Trump is calling them fake media. Trump's going after them. I think it's important to bypass them completely.
Yep. I think so. He already.
All I'm saying is
this is a new age. We're seeing a new age and a new generation of communication by him being able to tweet and put stuff out on Facebook. The information is from, you know, his mouth to our ears and eyes. There's no filter. There's no
I get you.
Words.
I agree.
He doesn't have to have a press conference and hope all those people are his friends and don't twist his words into something else. He could put it right out and bypass them, and they're having a hard time with it. And the only way that they can get people to watch their crappy shows is by slamming him or making up some sensational.
No, I agree. They need Trump.
Why would Russia hack our election? For what? What? Why?
It's saying you didn't have the initiative to go vote for him, Jesse James. You're a Russian robot. I'm a Russian robot.
They're just in denial. You know what? And I get it all the time. And this is why I don't have anything really to come on here to talk to you about that's really that special, I think. But I like to come
come on.
No, but I like to come on here just as a voice of the blue collar Americans. You know, the people that think that, you know, because I'm filthy dirty every day and because I work, I weld and I make stuff and I'm a mechanic, they think I'm an idiot. You know,
they're arrogant. They're arrogant assholes.
And that's the way they think about the majority of this country.
I agree. We're on the same page. Tell the elites who've got a dwindling audience, who lie about our president, who's truly delivering like nobody's ever done in our modern history on what he would say he would do. I mean, it's truly incredible. It's messianic.
He's doing it.
What do you want to say to the people right there in camera 4 that think because you actually built your own business and made hundreds of millions of dollars doing it, billions total and gross, that you're an idiot because they're a bunch of do-nothings? What do you want to say to the so-called elites? No, but I mean, listen, I do get stuttering angry, and I get what you're saying. Hey, be cool. Don't let them get to you. You're already awake, Jesse. You've already been through this. I'm pissed off that we've got the best numbers in this country in decades, and somebody working their ass off for the people, and every major newspaper I know of says they want to see him assassinated. I'm not looking for trouble, but it makes me want to get aggressive. I'm sick of this crap. This guy's working for me and my family, and I'm getting pissed about this.
I'm not pissed about those people. I think it's funny. I think it's funny that they've whipped themselves up into a big tizzy over the working class people working hard and accomplishing. They all worked hard and voted and got this guy elected.
Yeah, they're losers.
And now he's working hard for them. You know, let him cry. You know, I'm not going to be a sore winner. There's nothing worse than a sore winner.
I agree, but I'm just pointing out, they said they had him wiretapped. He's right. Then they say he's a liar a month later.
That's what these people do. They lie.
I know, but
You know?
what do you think happens? God forbid they do assassinate Trump.
Never going to do it, man. We have the best protection, the best elite, and it's the same thing. It's a trunk full of ping pong balls. The only people that are coming out on Twitter and saying like, oh, I think Trump should get killed, they're only doing that to give themselves a little bit of fame, to a little bit of, you know,
it's still illegal.
Pop, like, oh my God, did you see?
No, I agree, but it's still illegal.
Did you see what Billy 218 said? He said he would kill Trump. Oh my God. Well, retweet that. Oh my God. He deleted the tweet. Oh my God.
Probably somebody actually called that.
Yeah, but it's like, it's meaningless.
Can we see who Billy 328 is, like our John Doe? We're not actually blaming Billy 328. I know.
No, but it's just, it's.
I bet there is one.
It's fluff. It doesn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
Jesse, I 100% agree. You've coined the term. The MSM is not the fake stream. They are the false reality media.
Yeah.
Like you said they're
it's a business. They're trying to make money. So,
but they could do that telling the truth.
If they ran 18 hours of programming every day on all Trump's accomplishments and everything he's done in the first 50 days and all that, is that him?
I think you said 328. That's not, yeah.
Billy 218.
Billy, I'm sure is great. Go ahead. Sorry.
But if they ran a whole show of that, no one would watch it because it's not a train wreck. And it's not,
I'd watch it. I mean, if it was real data, I mean, all this real data is coming in. I mean, I get it, I guess. Well, I guess that's what our audience is. People that
that's
actually.
What happens if you shut your phone off and your computer off to all that stuff.
It does drive me crazy. I'll be in a great mood. I come in here and like look at 100 articles. I want to jump off. So you just ignore all this crap?
Yeah, like, hey, I was hyper connected to it before the election. And now that we won, I can sit back and like, you know what? I know I have my friend working his ass off in the White House for people like me and people that think like me. And I know it's the first time because there hasn't been a president in there in a long, long time that really cared about the little guy. The
Jesse
guy
James, I totally agree. That statement was,
you know, it's a sense of, I don't know. I don't have to worry about it anymore. You know, that's the thing.
And that's why I invited you on the show.
If a bunch of people that don't know how to weld and don't know how to fix their own car or change a flat, if they're crying about it, I don't care. Let them cry. Like, that doesn't have anything to do with
That's another question. Have you seen how the people that hate Trump on average literally don't know how to do anything? Then they go beat people up at demonstrations, get arrested. We show who they really are in their arrest records. They try to pull our videos down because we're showing who got arrested. Hey, you want to go do this stuff, you're going to get exposed.
I will totally go to some of those protests and beat some protester ass.
Let's go. Oh, that'd be the new. Forget reality. This is reality.
Fun.
That's it. We're doing it.
I had those first feelings at like what was the Occupy Wall Street? That would have been fun. Just bah, 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 like old school.
The thing is, all they do is beat up women. You'll watch the crowds. They'll pick a lone woman going to her car and like 10 guys go beat her up.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, I saw MDC riot at Olympic Auditorium in downtown LA, and it was crazy, like 2,000 punk kids fighting, and like that's a real riot. All these marches and stuff, that's not real riots. It's two loudmouth crybabies, or 4 of them, with 60 cameras around them. And like when you put that many cameras, I knew from Monster Garage,
something's gonna happen.
There's always gonna be one dickhead on the build. And he's going to be a relatively normal guy until the cameras go on him. And as soon as the camera goes on him, he feels he has to act or perform in a certain way to be a clown or be a jerk.
Sure.
And then you do that in a crowd out in the public
Jesse,
with some protesters with 60 cameras.
It's gonna go crazy.
2 dudes.
It's explosive.
Yeah, that's not.
This is incredible.
Take all those cameras.
You're
away.
a man of your word. The next time there's a pro-Trump rally or an anti one, we've got to go to it in Austin. Oh my God. Live feed of that. Jesse James. They're not going to do anything to you, though. They're just cowards. They go beat women up. But let me get back to this key point you raised.
You can fight them and kind of give him an elbow or something, it's not really hitting him. You know, you pretend like you trip. Oh, sorry, bam! Like
I've never done that. I would never do that. No, seriously, I love it. Just like they always like they'll hit you. Then when you hit them back,
just bring a big boom.
Michael Moore's bodyguard hit me, and then I hit him back, and it's on tape. He goes, "What the hell?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm gonna hit back."
Bring a boombox with you everywhere you go and play punk music, and it just starts slamming.
Like a mosh pit.
Yeah, and it's oh man, whoa! I thought we were dancing.
Play some Danzig, some
yeah.
Misfits. hey, just real serious though, because this is why I asked you on. I appreciate you coming on and bringing your wife Alexis down today, and the monkey. Is that I get it. I agree we're winning. The poll numbers are up. The job numbers are incredible. It's wonderful.
This appearance was supposed to be a victory lap.
I know. Well, when a month ago you said, a few months ago you said, let's do the victory lap, but now they're attacking him so bad.
This is the kind of victory lap. This is like Usain Bolt winning the 100-meter dash and then doing his lap around and yelling at everybody that wasn't cheering for him.
No, I get it, but here's what I'm saying. I get it, but
I don't feel very glorious.
Here's the thing. The Soros, I never give up. The Soros, I want to secure this victory.
It's done. He's president.
Okay, all I'm saying is,
Did you know that our friend became president of the United States?
Yes.
Did you know? And then we helped do that?
Yes, I feel good about it.
Good job.
No, I agree, Jesse, but what I'm saying is these enemies are so evil, we have to expose. You want to go beat them up?
Hey, listen.
You're ready to go kick their ass? What are you talking about?
Listen, like I said before when we did on the eve of the election, if they had anything on Trump, if there was any kind of dirt,
it'd already be up.
Drop any kind of media bomb, that would have been done last summer.
No, I agree. Maxine Waters doesn't even know that North Korea wasn't attacked by Putin, and she literally thinks that PP-gate's real. But what I'm getting at is this. Don't you agree we've got to be vigilant and keep promoting liberty? Or just, or maybe you're right. So you, wait, you're saying you really think Trump's got 8 years, we've already won?
Oh, dude, come on. The proof's in the pudding.
I agree. That's why they're so pissed.
And I notice even in the last couple of weeks, it's starting to go down a little bit. You notice the intensity's ratcheting down. Remember,
skip the break.
What was it? Last Friday when everything was going crazy about Jeff Sessions recusing himself and all that. And come Monday, no one even mentioned that. Why is that?
Because it's all pure baloney.
No, what did Trump do on Sunday?
I forget what he did.
Tweeted about Obama wiretapping him.
Oh, yeah. We countered it. Yeah.
And then everybody all of a sudden forgot about
That's what I just raised.
That
they admitted they did it, and he said they say he's a liar.
No, but Friday, this didn't even exist on Friday. Friday, it was all about Sessions and Russia and all.
But it shows his power.
Yeah.
He's able just to change the subject.
One tweet, no one even remembered about Jeff Sessions and everything. He's just better at manipulating the dumb media than they are.
No, I agree, but he did blow up over the Sessions deal. Well, he's vigilant. All I'm saying is, I understand you got involved, did a great job. You got him to run probably. All I'm saying is I just feel like I should keep being vigilant. You know, just because we both got daughters that are friends, just because our daughters go out to a movie one night and everything turns out okay, I'm worried about all the other nights, Jesse. All right. I'm not saying Donald Trump's our daughter, but you
got to drink that iodine.
That's the answer.
Does it give you butt pee?
No.
You're lying.
Butt pee. You know, I haven't done a plug. Let me go ahead and plug Myco ZX.
Speaking of
free shipping. InfoWars Live for butt pee.
Hang on, I got to take a break.
What the hell are you talking about? You're so aggressive. I like you.
Smell that stuff.
Oh, I get you.
Is this the iodine stuff?
No, it's not.
Woo! That smells good.
Yeah, see?
Smell that. Did you smell that?
That's amazing. See, you're knocking it. You ever smell something that strong?
Jesus.
We don't play games, dude.
That smells like a
Hey, I look like hell. I've lost 80 pounds. Remember on Jabba the Hutt 5 years ago, 6 years ago I first met? I'm done great, but I look like a gorilla. Take my shirt off. The point is, Myco ZX is the very best natural antifungal stuff. You know how fungus and crap grows everywhere now? It's out of control. It gets in our guts, our sinuses. Austin's really bad. This is the ultimate. But people love our stuff so much, we can't even keep it in stock. InfoWarsLive.com.
Let me try one of those.
Absolutely.
What does it do? Just one?
It naturally creates a pH and other things that knocks out fungus.
Is it chewable?
No. It's really strong. No, take one. I'm serious.
I just did.
He was going to attack it. How good does that smell?
It doesn't smell good. It smells like a giraffe fart.
Wait a minute. You said it smelled great.
That doesn't smell good.
You said it smelled good. But that's the licorice.
Usually anything that doesn't smell good is probably good for you.
Okay. Listen, I only sell the very best
I like the
stuff.
smell of Snickers, but it's not
Let
good.
me give you a news flash. Good halogen, the only good halogen's iodine, and most of it's this bound garbage. Real iodine's from deep earth crystals. It's so powerful, it'll eat through the hole like Alien Blood, the movie in 1977, 78, whatever it was. Real iodine blocks all the fluoride and all the garbage in the thyroid. You've heard about the thyroid problems in women, right?
I'm not paying attention to you. What'd you just say?
You are something else, man. Hey, by the way,
Where was I at? Somewhere the other night. Where the hell was I? I came out of somewhere. It was like late at night. I was at the store or something, and some dude, like I could see him. He's all like, he's walking down the parallel aisle to me, and and he waited till like I bought my stuff and I walked out of the store. And he's all, InfoWars, and I was like, yeah, it was cool.
Jesse, you've talked about it, but then you always say, "Oh, we ought to do this." You never do it, or you want to do actual informational things that aren't like garbage TV, or like a 2-hour how to make a Colt 911, or how to do. I mean, you've got this thing, and you go in there, and there's like flames shooting out, and you're in like a spacesuit beating stuff to be. I mean, you're addicted to metallurgy, blacksmithing. You're not like some guy just putting your name on stuff.
I like to teach myself new stuff and push myself.
But you've said, hey, with InfoWars, forget me coming out there. You want a crew, just put it out raw on the internet and put a plug on it. You won't even plug your own stuff. You want to do that.
I have 1 million hours of footage in my archive that no one's ever seen that you could air on your network.
I know you told. Let's do it.
All right.
Nobody's running this place. You want to come have your own operation here? Let's do it.
As long as I don't have to do anything.
Except sit in the like heat blast furnaces, beating, blowing metal.
I like to work. That's what I'm good at.
That's doing nothing.
But I actually did have a really great conversation with Discovery Channel last week, and the owner David Zaslav, who's a really good friend of mine, like the CEO of the network, he's been pushing for 2 years to get me back on.
And let's be clear, you've been offered 1 million shows. You're not on TV right now. You've chosen
I get like 2 shows a week that people want to be me on, and they're just dumb. They're all like, I know we want to do Project Runway, but with bikes, and and you judge the bikes, and so tell folks.
I
want to do something.
Tell folks what you told me years ago. Tell people what you really want to do.
Just teach people stuff and do something that's like
truly informational.
Monster Garage was cool because
Make America Great Again.
Yeah, Monster Garage was cool because they could show it in high schools and show shop class that show, and the kids would learn something. And I want to keep that. I don't want to get into like petty bickering and fighting because that's fake. And you don't have to force that stuff because any kind of shop or project, everything, drama is always going to happen, and let it happen organically. And that's.
Jesse here, don't even ask me what this is. Just trust me. It's really good for you. I'm going to come over here. Jesse James, red liquid. There you go. Come on. Aha. There you go. How's that taste?
That's delicious. Oh, fuck.
That is Secret 12, man.
What is it?
I said, I want the very best organic methylcobalamin that people inject, but under the tongue, it gets almost as good as absorption as injection. So instead of it being $200 for a bottle this big to inject, we just get the actual stuff, but then sell it for $30. And then we dominate the entire market. This is what they inject, but this is what you take it under your tongue. It's pure organic vitamin B12.
Oh, that's good.
And I get more energy off this.
That gives me butt pee. I'm coming over to your house.
Dude, what is butt pee? Is that when you have like the flu?
It's like pee, but out of your butt.
That's what comes out of Barack Obama's vagina.
That's just mean.
We did that to troll the media. Here, let's troll the media here in the last few minutes. What do you want to do? Here's the thing. I can be literally in 500 newspapers, and it does nothing. No traffic, no real people. I don't think all these big corporate sites even have any viewers anymore, Jesse. I think their old model of infighting and garbage is over. I think you're right. I think they are defeated, and they need to know they're defeated.
They know it. They know nothing's going to change. And I think...
you want to beat your chest like a gorilla? Come on, let's just do it. We've defeated them. Come on.
Here's
see, you want it. You are cool. You are cool. But see, I'm so cool, I'm not cool. I don't give a damn.
Yeah, but here's the reality of it.
Who bought them TVs, bitch? Tell me that.
Here's the reality of it. It's all fake.
You see them headlights? You see me knock them curtains down? Sorry, go ahead.
All the hate and all that stuff, it doesn't mean anything because if it was all done face to face, it would change 100%. Like if Hillary Clinton walked in the studio right now, what would you do?
She looks like a corpse. I think the living
yeah, but
dead.
What would you do? You'd be cordial and you'd be nice to her. Don't you know it? You'll hey, what's up? You want to?
I'd say, my God, I've never seen a dead person living. Hey, guys, can we pull up? I mean, look, oh, my God. You see that new photo of her they released last week?
Yeah, but still, you know, she's just an elderly lady, you know, and you know what? As much as you don't like her, she's still an American.
She's an elderly demon.
And if she was, if we got a nuclear attack and she was in this town and she came to here and needed help or needed shelter or anything, we would help it because that's what Americans do. And I learned that in Iraq.
I would not help Hillary Clinton if there was a nuclear war.
I learned it in Iraq that by our surgeons and our doctors at the field hospital in Balad helping Iraqi insurgents that show up to the back gate that are missing limbs and need brain surgery and stuff like that. Our surgeons take them in to our hospital.
Would you help Melania Trump? It's a joke.
That's silly. I'm trying to make a serious point.
Back in 70 seconds to finish up your point, Jesse James.
I'm calling you out that you're 99% sure that you'd be nice to Hillary Clinton if she walked in here.
I don't know. I'd probably run. All right, Jesse James was not born in Texas, but he got here as soon as he can. And hey, why did you move to Texas? I love the fact you're here. The crazy world that you move in right next door to Alex Jones. What do you make of that?
and I can shoot machine guns outside my bedroom window.
Yeah. I kind of like it. Wake up in the morning, like World War III is going on.
Did you ever hear me shooting next door?
Oh, never. You never heard me shooting, though.
A little bit, a couple times.
Yeah, I'm joking.
So,
yeah.
What were you asking me now?
No. I mean, I get your point that we are winning. We should just be the winners, be optimistic. I'm worried about all the losers, though, that are in their own parallel universe. It's a very small, shrinking universe, but they really are freaking out and crazy.
Look at the freaking out and crazy and all these, you know, like Trump saying okay to the kids of the White House and saying that's a Nazi symbol. They now have become Alex Jones, and Alex Jones has now become mainstream media. Like you're now a legitimate news source
compared to them.
Yeah, they're now totally making stuff up. Not saying I'm not.
No, I get it, but they would always misrepresent what I was saying in the media.
Yeah,
I mean, Colbert 2 weeks ago had me say I'm anti-gay. I said I'm not anti-gay in the clip. They just don't care. So what do you do about stuff like that? Just ignore it?
I think they'll keep hitting that button, hitting the, you know, the fake news extreme get viewership button. And you can only do it so many times before it doesn't
Well,
work.
their ratings are way down. They're a shadow of them former selves. All our ratings are way up. So why do you think that is? And where do you think this ends, Jesse James?
I think it'll end.
The father of reality TV.
Once it stops making money and selling page views and selling clicks and selling viewership, that eventually it'll refer back to like when we were kids. You probably remember like your grandpa, you know, the evening news and all that stuff. That's what I remember most about my grandpa. He'd read the cover to cover of the Long Beach Press Telegram every day. And then he would, like, at 6 o'clock every night, he'd kick his shoes off in his recliner and watch the evening news. And like,
back then it was like troops did this, oil prices were that.
Yeah,
it wasn't this agenda.
It was like real. It wasn't so negative. And this person did that and blah, blah. It was all like human interest stuff. And I think that's what television and news needs to come again. You know, hey, we're bobsledding in Sri Lanka, or we're covering, you know, Palm.
Or Jesse James just made another cult 9/11.
You know, and I think that's.
Are you saying you may do a new Discovery Channel show?
We're talking about it. We're trying. So.
How many years since you did one, though? You've refused hundreds.
2011, 2012.
So 5 years. Why? Nothing good?
Kind of just been focusing on guns and making my skills and becoming a master pistol smith and honing that. And
let me tell you what gets ratings. While he's talking, let's show the monkey that's actually in studio. We should probably get Alexis to bring the monkey in studio, but here it is. Go ahead. Sorry.
That's Toby the monkey. Where's he at?
Jesse James, the motorcycle outlaw. No, we're not going to show me. That's the gorilla.
That's a big monkey.
Just show the video. Just show B-roll, guys. Just show the monkey. Go ahead. Sorry. Here we go. Is that monkey spoiled or what?
Oh, that's his mama right there.
No, I agree. It's going to crawl open.
Yeah.
Where's the monkey?
Such a rad little dude.
Yeah, we don't need any audio, guys. Just B-roll. B-roll means no audio. Thanks. All right, Jesse, we got 60 seconds left. We got your lunch in there. Thank you for Alexis, you guys coming in, doing a great job. What else is going on in Planet Jesse James?
Hey, before we leave, did you know we won?
Yes, but I wanted these people are still.
All you got to do is just say, yeah, it was good. It was awesome.
All right, we won. Absolutely. We kicked their ass. The pathetic scum failed, and that's why they're butthurt, and screw them.
Don't be a sore winner.
I'm not a sore winner.
Yep.
Oh, I am.
Yep.
No, I want to secure this victory and make sure
it's already done. We won.
He's done so good in 50 days. I've got to make sure it all happens.
Remember,
What, you don't think Trump's called
that? Remember that recount that was happening right after? Because
I'm going to Trump you right now. You know the times I've talked to Trump. Ask him next time you talk to him. Guess what he tells me? He goes, Alex, I need you to keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing. We need your... It's a war, Jesse.
He loves and supports you. You know?
Okay. Well, I hope you're right. I hope we've really had this big victory. Thank you, Jesse James.
I was right about him winning.
You were right. You said that night before. In fact, all right, Jesse James is here with our victory lap. Now, months ago, we talked about a victory lap. We didn't do it. We were busy. Now, I called up this week, to be fair, and I said, listen, I need to get veterans out for Trump. Everybody wants to support him. Soros is funding billions, $200 million for one march. They're trying to create this illusion. I'm sorry. I think I need to fight back.
We need to start a liberal support march, like conservatives supporting liberals, and we'll all go. We'll find everybody will find like a liberal buddy, and then we'll go hold hands.
Well, let's say it. I know for a fact you've got one of the biggest fan bases. You've got one of the biggest fan bases. I'm gonna say this out there, and I said, help us mobilize and support Trump. You said, let's do a victory lap. So I hope you're right. All I'm saying is I see all these pieces of trash trying to destroy one of the first hardcore presidents I've ever seen, and it just makes me feel like I have a duty to defend. Now, does that come off then as if I get it that maybe the president's not that strong? I've thought that before, Jesse James. If I sit here and say they're trying to kill him, they're attacking him, they're trying to block him, we got to support him, does it come off like we're weak? And does that actually encourage them to attack more? Maybe you're right. So explain this to me. I'm ready to kick their ass. You already said you're ready to get out in the street. I mean, I'm sick of these people, the lying assholes, man.
You're getting mad over Twitter and Facebook.
No, I've been in the streets with them. I've had them spit at me.
Yeah, but is it like anybody with any kind of size that could really fight you?
No, they're always little wimps.
Then what's the problem?
So what is it about wimps doing it then? We're here in Overdrive with you. We got Roger Stone coming up. We got your lunch here. I appreciate you coming in, but give us then where Jesse James is at, because you make some great points during the breaks.
I think take the high road.
No, I agree, but I mean, these people
That's where I'm at. I'm gonna take the high road and like find a way.
You said that during the break. Repeat what you said about Trump. You said it was beautiful. You said so many guys like you won't say the gold on air. You say great stuff on air, but you had this whole rant like his head's down. He's going to deliver.
Yeah,
he knows that's like what matters.
Trump,
say it. Say it yourself.
Trump is just he's past it. We made it past it. He won the election. We got him in there, and now his head's down and working. And he's not he's not letting the hecklers get to him. If they want to heckle from the sidelines, he's in there doing it. He's in the game. The game started, and everybody can always be up in the stand and yell at that championship quarterback.
But they're not in the arena.
It's getting in there, winning the game. And you know what? It doesn't have any effect,
God, that's beautiful. That is powerful.
It's the truth, and that guy's pretty strong. And you got to know.
You say you're just a blue collar guy, but you have those nuggets that are so truthful and so simple. No, that's it. Elaborate on that, because
I went to college a little bit.
But my point is, it's the school of the reality. You're saying he's that star quarterback.
I think people only judge him based on modern, the last 10 or 15 years of like The Apprentice and sound bites and what they see of Donald Trump. They don't, that guy's been in business since the 70s, 80s.
Years.
Yeah. And do you imagine how much litigation, how many lawsuits, how many things that he's been through, and how many tough people he's been up against? And not tough in like, I don't think politicians are tough.
No, real criminals.
No, real people people trying to take.
Anybody who's really been in real business knows the scum that comes out of the woodwork.
Anybody that's that successful, there's certain people that'll just sue you just for sport.
You're a magnet.
Yeah, and how much of that stuff he's been through and how much of that stuff he's persevered through, and that's built up a tough outer shell that I don't think some lady from MSNBC calling him a Nazi or whatever is going to have any.
Jesse, I agree with you. I get what you're saying. His tough outer shell, and he doesn't get to him, is what the people resonate with and finally see the confidence so he can actually deliver the prosperity that we already had. So I guess you're right. My position is I'm here to rally people that these people are out of control and scum, and we help rally the victory. So I think it takes all different kinds.
Let's go fight them.
Listen. I'll go out with you.
It costs $100,000 to hit someone, though.
Well, no, we'll go to L.A. and somebody.
That's what I heard. Not that I've ever hit someone.
Me
who got
neither.
sued.
They haul off and hit us
A
first.
couple
We can
times.
break their necks. I'm ready. Talk about 1 billion views on
I think we
YouTube.
need to like flip the tables and start our own like Black Lives Matter or some kind of thing and do it undercover, start our own organization and get some Soros money. I'm totally down to do that.
infiltrate Soros
Yeah, and get him to send us money to protest and we'll start a fake protest.
and then make a joke out of it as an investigative report. Jesse, we need you to. You're already in the info war, but I've got the crew. We've
I just
talked
want
about
some
this.
of his money. If that guy's handing out money to all these dummies like with vagina hats and stuff on, like let's make our own thing and get money from them. Like what can we do? Like the International Brotherhood of Alex and Jesse Need a New Ferraris Foundation.
I like the idea. You have a Mercedes with 10 cylinders, right? That's you don't know a Ferrari.
I sold that thing. No, I got a Porsche. And mostly
You're not. Let's talk about your wife, who's amazing. I mean, she's just a great race car driver, great lady, great business lady, amazing spirit you see it in her eyes. But she's one of the fastest people on earth on the ground. Let's talk about how fast has she driven a car?
her car is she drives a Toyota Camry funny car, and it's
There's a monkey on her head.
11,000 horsepower and goes from 0 to 200 in about 2 seconds, and it goes from 0. It does the 1,000 foot in 3.83 at 335 miles an hour. She's a nut, but she's an awesome driver.
And let's be clear. Like, I bought it because it's Americana. I've got a couple Hellcats, or a Hellcat, and, has
Kid
700 horsepower.
Kid Rock's got a Hellcat too.
The point is, that's only 700. You said
I told him-
11,000?
I told him it was a chick car, and he got mad at me.
Oh, yeah, right. I just got it
I
'cause it
said,
looks
"Was that
low-key.
like a Camaro?" He got all mad at me.
No, I like it 'cause it looks low-key, and then it's really fast.
Yeah,
It's a fun car.
it's all right.
Whatever. I'm not as cool as you. The point is that I wanted something that looked low-key, a Challenger, just like a black Challenger. It could be $25,000 car.
It ain't low key. That's like hillbilly heaven right there.
Anyways, I'm in hillbilly heaven.
You still got your Raptor?
Yeah,
Yep.
use it for all
I
sorts.
sold mine. I was gonna get a new one, but I'm not down with the V6, man.
Yeah, that new V6 Turbo or whatever.
Me
it is.
and V6s don't get along.
Yeah, what do you think the best new truck is?
I don't know. Well, Ford, the new Super Duty is supposed to be super awesome. New big diesel F-250 is supposed to be great. So
All right. We're going to end this because you've been here a while, and I don't want to abuse you. And I appreciate your time. You refuse to plug because I understand, like, you're the big guy representing the
people
NRA
can
now.
always go like everything we do, like guns, bikes, cars.
When is my handgun ready?
I'm building it right now. It's going to go to engraving probably in the next 2 weeks.
Folks that know, you get it in waiting line to get his stuff.
We just finished Trump's. I'm building the presidential pistol and just finished the gunsmith work on it yesterday. So it's going to be awesome.
I'm not just saying this.
I'm putting the
What is that black car right there? What is
That's
that?
my 54 Chevy.
Man, those are nice.
That's a little CFL we just finished. That's the customer's gun. That actually goes to a real nice lady in New Jersey.
When are we going to see the Trump? Was it 9/11?
1911, yeah. Soon.
Because he is 45.
45th president.
And tell us what else is going on at Jesse James Industries.
That's it. Just building guns like crazy and working on a bunch of new models. We just moved into a new building at the first of the year and got it all dialed in. And we're still building bikes. We'd build about 2 or 3 bikes a year and a couple cars a year.
Only 2. That's the thing. I've been to your house many, many times. And you're building it. This is not like your name's on it.
Yeah,
I'm like, it's like you're like over there at midnight with blowtorches.
I have an amazing, great crew of guys.
No, you do, but you build them at your
Yeah.
facility and at your house.
Yeah. And so
Well, every time I ever come over,
the
you're
new
like,
building's right there where the Bork place we bought it. So it's right there. And that stuff. And then we're running the NRA brand and really pushing hard to like maybe get that in some retail space. And then
oh God, if the NRA does need to get young people, don't they?
yeah, the stuff is great. And we're just trying to do a soft launch on it. And we're just did bar stools and beer glasses and everything made.
Well, can I talk about this? I mean, you're like the
Yeah,
main NRA representative now for all their loot.
Yeah, we're trying to it's been a year in and really doing we're not trying to flood the market with a bunch of keychains and junk. We're trying to
Quality.
real
Those
select
shirts you
products.
saw, I'm gonna get. But here's the thing: the listeners need to understand. That's why I have all these other guests on who's selling their own stuff. It's culture. What you produce is the culture.
Hi, I'm Jesse James. Buy this crap.
No, but exactly. But the point is that
I can do that.
it's a culture war, though. We've got to when people wear a T-shirt or they wear a belt buckle or a cap, we've got to do this to counter them.
Yeah, and I think the NRA, you know, it's I'd be lying if I didn't know that it's a little outlaw now. You know, it's kind of
super
like
outlaw.
it's kind of like how West Coast Choppers T-shirts were in the '90s. You know, kids were getting in trouble for wearing them to like middle school and stuff like that. And same thing for NRA. And I just see that makes my eyes do dollar.
I love when I look up, you made gross $2+ billion at Walmart. You're like, oh, no, I'm nobody. No, you are now the head of the NRA swag merchandise. You know,
NRA originals.
I mean, take what happened with, like you said, used to Harley Davidson was 2-to-1. Just their accessories made more than the bikes.
Yeah, Harley at the height in like '95, their merchandise was 415% of their overall business.
So 4 times. Wow.
Yeah, and so I'm kind of pushing NRA in that direction for that mid '90s Harley type of thing, where it's like, you know, clothing, outerwear, man cave accessories.
I like those long sleeve shirts.
Because I think the NRA has never treated that brand like a brand. Like
it's total brand.
And it's total Americana. You know, it's really meaningful. And I think it needs to skew way younger and hit a younger crowd.
John Wayne, 57 Chevys. NRA is Americana.
Hats like this. Look at that.
That's an awesome hat. So people can get that right now at the NRA website?
Yep.
Where do they get that at?
NRAOG.com.
Well, listen, it's a culture war, folks. And he's saying we're winning. Yeah, we got a beachhead. We're under total attack. I agree we're winning. I mean, Trump is over-delivered. It's just sickeningly delicious.
By attack by who? Anybody with any juice?
No.
Then what's the worry?
Well, I don't know. My gut tells me to attack these people. I just want to run them over. I'll be honest. You said you want to go beat their ass. I mean, yeah, you're like, oh, we beat them, but let's go kick their ass.
I don't want to kill them or anything. I think it'd be
just
fun
break
to,
their jaw.
You know, bump some flesh with them a little bit.
Jesse James, it's always great. Thank you for coming in and seeing us. Thank you so much, my friend.
Yep, I'm going back to work.
All right. No, yeah, you can't get him out of there. It's like Vulcan or Festus in the volcano.
It's like a hermit.
All right, that's it. We'll be back with Roger Stone with big breaking news and more. I'm Alex Jones, Infowars.com. Yes, we're beginning to win, but the battle ain't over, folks.